Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. For those of you who don't know, I started Grumpy Old Fart to express my political and social opinions and to say things that I felt needed to be said. Unfortunately, YouTube started giving me strikes. As a hedge against this happening, I've created backup YouTube channels, Grumpy Old Gamer and Grumpy Old Ufologist. I also created a channel called Grumpy Old Fart over on Rumble, a free speech alternative to YouTube. You can find all of my stuff there, including my political opinion and current events. The link to my Rumble channel, as well as links to let you order my books, are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. My voice is still sketchy scratchy from having that cold, and I may break out into a cough, so bear with me. But I wanted to finish up this part of the story for my Outlaw Trails saga, for lack of a better word. This is a continuation of Bill's game from the story Willow Springs. Matt and I laid around in that jail for 3 whole days, and we planned. Someone in this town had robbed us of over $15,000, and we intended to get our due. We was going to get our money back. We worked hard for that. People shot at us for that shit. We were going to get our money back. When we were released, they had taken the shells out of our guns, and our horses were still at the livery. The stableman made sure that our canteens were full. He had taken good care of our animals and even packed a few days of beans and coffee in our saddlebags. So, he was a lot more friendly than everybody else in the town had been. As we were preparing to leave, the stableman explained that we were not the first ones that the sheriff had done this to. He said that if there was anything else he could do, all we had to do was ask. Matt said, "Meet us south of town at that big hill tonight. We need to talk." The guy's name was Silas. He introduced himself, and he said he agreed, and so we headed out. We went out there. We made camp at that hill. It was about 2-3 miles outside of town. We made camp there, under a bit of an overhang. And that night, Silas came out, and over coffee and beans, he explained how the town conducted business and when the deposits happened. He also drew out a rough floor plan for the bank. His nephew worked at the bank and had access to the files, namely where they kept the combination to the vault. The next night he came out again with a good supply of grub, and we finished our plan. He explained to us that there was a cattle auction going to be the next day there in Willow Springs. So the next day, business in Willow Springs went on as usual, with that notable exception of the cattle auction. The deposits in the bank that evening were heavy by over $25,000. We kind of slipped in after dark quietly. We made our way to the bank and slid in under the floorboards of the bank. And since we knew the layout, thanks to Silas's nephew, we found where the vault room was. Matt stood guard while I worked the tumblers. We worked very quietly so as not to alert the guards outside or in the foyer. They had guards in the foyer and they had guards patrolling outside. So we had to be very, very careful, very quiet. We loaded federal notes and coins into 8 bank bags, and nobody saw us leave. We were very, very stealthy. We headed north, and by daybreak, we were in Colorado. We found a cave to hide out in because we didn't quite make it to Wooten's Pass, but, we found a place to hide out. The road was pretty heavily traveled, so there was no way that they could track us. The best part of the plan was that they found the file with the combination to the vault in the sheriff's saddlebags. He was sentenced to 10 years for bank robbery. Silas and his nephew picked up their shares a month later exactly where they wanted us to bury them. Matt and I took our shares, amounting to $12,000 each, and disappeared into Texas. So yeah, we got our money back and then some, and the guy who'd robbed us, he went to prison for bank robbery. So I thought that was pretty fair. I mean, I'm no expert on balancing scales, but to me that seemed pretty fair. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.